I've tripled the manpower surrounding the building. My men have a carbide searchlight. No way of getting past it as long as it's a clear night. I have, moreover, locked all of the exits leading onto the hall where the Rosetta Stone is found and placed a man by each of the doors. 4 of my best men are locked inside and stationed directly in front of the stone. Knowing that it weighs almost 1,500 pounds, Lupin doesn't stand a chance.
We'll know soon enough.
Excuse me, Inspector, but I hope that your men won't forget to replace the iron bars in the room where they were. They shouldn't be left outside, as they don't like the humidity.
What are you saying, young man? I never gave the order to take any iron bars.
Listen, they were there 2 hours ago. Who would have taken them if not your men?
Leave it to me, Lestrade. Young man, you said some iron bars had disappeared. Can you show me where?
Follow me. Here's the spot.
Tell me, what can be made with iron bars?
Everything and anything.
Do you know if anything else is missing?
I don't know. I didn't take the time to look because I must prepare some plans.
Return to your work. For the time being, I'll see if anything else is missing, and I'll come find you if I need any further information. Watson, join Lestrade and keep a check on things.
As for me, I'll be in my the director's office if you need me.
Some rolls of rope were there. There was a pulley here. A box of soap was recently removed. A tarpaulin protected these materials, and it was removed. The print from the bag that was found here is quite clear. The bag was recently removed.
Any news, Mr. Holmes?
I think I made the round of all the missing objects. Here I noted them on a piece of paper. Can you tell me now what could be made with this?
Hold on. I need to think for a moment.
It's quite thoughtful of them.
What's going on, Barncow?
The police are too kind. They took the time to remove the rubble that was in the hall.
However, they were given orders to not leave their post. Strange. I must look into that. Until later. Footprints, look. Hold on. The most recent footprints on the ground correspond exactly with those that I found in the National Gallery, in the soil from the pot. Those of Lupin. These footprints are size 9.
Oh, I think I found it, Mr. Holmes. Upon closer inspection, the soap doesn't seem to have anything to do with this. I think they mean to install a pulley on a tripod in order to reel up a load situated much lower, like in a mine, for example.
What is the maximum weight of the load that we can raise?
Given the strength of the bars, it would all depend on the counterweight used. If, for example, we used one of the pedestals of the lions in front of the stairs, we could lift more than 2,000 pounds.
Holmes! Holmes! Come here!
Quick!
It's Watson. We must get to him quickly.
Blasted door. I can never seem to open it. Oh, there it is.
Quick!
Blazes.
Damnation!
Outside, quickly. We can attempt to intercept him before he absconds. Lupin, he's there.
My men are searching the area, but nothing yet. There's no sign of the stone, and even less of the man himself. We've been trumped, and here I thought our security was perfect.
It was, Lestrade, it was. It was impossible for him to enter the museum unless we let him in ourselves.
What are you suggesting? None of my men would have...
It wasn't one of your men, Lestrade. They are all fine police officers. No, it would have been someone who was deceived by Lupin and let him in unwittingly. What do you think, Watson?
Ah, well, you must be right, Holmes, as usual.
Very well. I will have my men keep an eye on the watchman and the architect. Who knows if either of those two chaps is an accomplice of the diabolical Frenchman?
Do that, Lestrade. As for you, Watson, would you be so good as to examine the police who lost consciousness? They may have been injured in the scuffle.
Certainly.
There is a message written on Lupin's calling card. The game begins anew. A new message. What now? I must find a connection to those Veronese lovers.
What is this sharp thingy? My God, what have you got in your head? I'll have to watch out for your bread if you stick it in my... So, Mr. Holmes, so many emotions tonight. Isn't that right?
At least you haven't lost your good humour.
Oh, you know, one lost pebble just makes room for one more.
Listen, I'm searching for a book having to do with the lovers of Verona.
You will certainly find it here in the reading room. There are plenty of love stories from Verona and elsewhere, maybe even something from London, for example, in a museum,
If I was looking for a book in this massive library, how would I go about doing it?
Look in one of the catalogues near the entrance. The catalogue will indicate in which part of the library, on which level, and which shelf, going left to right, the book is found. Good luck!
Thank you. This machine is strange. It must help to locate oneself in this immense library. Here's what I've been looking for. There, Romeo and Juliet. Look, a piece of paper seems to be marking a page. There's something written on it. Thanks to this door, I should know which book to find next. It's an ancient Babylonian door. It's an ancient Babylonian door. Thanks to this door, I should know which book to find next. This is where the books dealing with the Empire's dominions are found. Ah, here's the book I was looking for. Hindu Enchantment. Nothing special here. Ah, this book is interesting. Ah, this book is interesting. I found the correct pages in the book. Now, what should I look for? A new message. What now? Here are the three brothers that the poem speaks of. Lupin is right. I mustn't destroy this piece, but there is a clue. A new message. What now? All of this must surely have a connection with the books that are found in the reading room. Limestone stela with 3 figures of Bess, protector of households, brandishing a sword to fight evil. Drink and be drunk. Here's the book. One of the pages is dog-eared. It must be important. I'll copy it out. It's curious what is written here. There is something here. I must find something that resembles the description given in the poem. A man holding 2 monkeys. Curious piece. I will recopy all of that to better study it. I definitely recognize the distinct cuneiform writing. I must decipher this text. Neo-Assyrian stone relief representing an homage to King Ashurnasirpal II. The monkey is a very sought-after animal in Mesopotamian art, an exotic animal of great value. Here's what I've been looking for. There, I measured it properly. 17 centimeter 20. Wonderful dishes. There, I measured it properly. Diameter, 52 centimeters. All of this must surely have a connection with the books that are found in the reading room. Elementary. The presence of Lupin in this picture is as anachronistic as the animal he's holding. koala. The animal is holding a small piece of paper between its paws. There is something here. A new message. What now? I must find something that resembles the description given in the poem. A piece of paper is still hidden there. Lupin must have prepared his coup for weeks, even if he was obliged to improvise somewhat tonight. Perfect. Now on to the next step. 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 This medal is a fake and I must open it. It appears to be quite solid, and I don't want to break its contents. I must find a precision instrument. it isn't the architect... Tell me, would you happen to have amongst your tools an implement that could split metal?
Ah, yes. In fact, I have an extremely rare tool whose sole purpose is that.
Could I borrow this implement?
It should be over there. It's a saw with a diamond-edged blade, made in South Africa. It cuts the hardest of steels like butter. There are only 3 in the world. By Jove, I can't seem to find it.
Was it prudent to leave it here for all to see?
I only received it last night, and I was waiting until I had the combination to this strongbox in which to store it. In any case, it was still there when the workmen left, and I was to take it when I went home. My goodness, where could it be?
I will attempt to find something else, thank you. Now, Watson, do you always stroll around with a hammer? Are you using it for testing Lupin's victims' reflexes?
No, Holmes. It's just...
I do believe I could use that tool.
Certainly, take it. I must replace it near...
Later, Watson. It's the only way. I hope I don't damage the paper that I assume is inside. Find an Egyptian stela. Great sculpture of a scarab beetle. Unless the Egyptians took up Latin, this letter E is in Lupin's hand. This sheet is slightly older than these books. It's a musical score. This melody certainly has a meaning. It's most likely a popular tune. I'll need the advice of an expert. If I could bother you again...
Absolutely.
Apparently you're a true music aficionado. Can you enlighten me on this score?
Not in the least, my dear sir. Even if I am unbeatable when it comes to the lyrics to both traditional and popular songs, I do not know how to read music, and I couldn't tell Mozart from a pudding recipe if it was being sung.
I'll have to find a way to play the tune. This instrument will do the job. Now listen well.
Return, return, return from whence you went. Return, return, return from whence you went.
Do you recognize this music?
Certainly. A little ditty by a quartet who failed to meet with any great success. Their coiffures, which I thought were just divine, were thought to be a little too avant-garde and didn't do well either.
Do you know the name of the quartet or that of the song?
The song is Return, and the group The Scarabs.
Return, the Scarabs. I thank you.
Return quickly.
There's a piece of stucco. darkened with shoe polish, with a message inside. I must find something that resembles the description given in the poem. I must count the number of turns executed by each of the planets and make the calculation based on Lupin's poem. Such an imagination. Here's what I've been looking for. No book, but Lupin has left me a message. The last, undoubtedly. Pardon me, but I wanted to ask you a question that is somewhat delicate.
Anything you'd like, pet.
I want to know who is the person who means the most to you.
It's you, my one and only you.
Listen well, I'm working on the case at hand. If you do not cooperate immediately, I will advise your superiors in the most detrimental terms possible of your antagonism. Is that clear?
Well, well, well. What do you want, anyway? I've done all I could to help you. What does the question mean, anyway?
I've been told that you keep a portrait of someone who is very important to you.
Oh, that. It made the workmen laugh when I showed it to them. But, you know, she means a lot to them, too.
How is that possible? They know her also?
What a question. Of course they do. And you, too, for that matter. She must certainly be one of the people who means most to you, isn't she?
How would I know?
You're English like me. And isn't every Englishman happy and proud when he sees that noble face?
Why, it's Queen Victoria.